Well, Chip Zito, and you're not playing football by doing
No,
not, that's a tick you have, or like a Tourette syndrome, that it
it
just
is.
happens automatically. And we talked once
Yeah.
before, and I think what's terrific about you, Chip, is that, man, you just keep coming. You just keep coming back. And that's what we all have to do. And we think, well, like you had a Kickstarter campaign, it didn't work, right? And then you tried another one, it wasn't so bad. And now you're on your third, still learning, man. This is terrific. I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's the only way to learn, man. And you're going to teach the rest of us about that perseverance.
Oh yeah, man. Well, the new platform is working very well. I mean, I've only got $100 so far, so I got four of my friends to do it. But it's a start. We're
Yeah.
trying to get it going. But the bottom line is, I have beautiful artwork that helps kids who are afraid of the dark. These posters are
Oh,
great.
I mean,
Yeah.
these things look wonderful. I mean, it's a star sky that you put on the ceiling of a kid's room, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
turn off the lights, and you're sleeping under the stars, right?
Exactly, exactly. We've got 3D planets on there, shooting stars, multiple stars, clouds, all kinds of
Wow.
good stuff. And I
Wow.
make them all by hand. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Wow.
And
So
they're
you make
beautiful.
that by hand. So you're an artist. Huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
also, you just mentioned right before we got on the air, too, that you found maybe something that helps your tick, your Tourette syndrome. And
Yeah.
what was it, pine oil?
It was, I got an oil warmer for Christmas, and I went out and I got some peppermint oil,
Oh, peppermint.
just with the idea of, yeah, making things smell Christmassy, because
Yeah.
peppermint's kind of Christmassy. And I don't live in a very big house, so my house is just a little mobile home. It's only 540 square feet.
I see. Uh-huh.
And so I figured it would make the house smell good. And it's calming my ticks. It's
Wow.
calming my ticks. Unbelievable. Thank you,
No
Jesus.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. And,
Yeah.
you tell your doctors about this yet? Or?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah.
And I went on the Brad Cohen Tourette's Foundation
Oh,
site.
you did?
And I
Wonderful.
know Brad personally. He's a friend
Yeah.
of mine. And there were people talking about oils even before I even mentioned my
No kidding.
situation. They were talking about oils. So I was like, oh,
Uh,
boy, I'll put this
So
on
you
there.
never know. I mean, that's even like traditional healthcare. I mean, we spend billions of dollars on this stuff, and just oil that you could buy at the drugstore could help you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it smells great.
And
I love
I think that's another testament to you and how you're living your life, though, Chip. I mean, that you're keep on trying. Yeah, and I don't know what it is in this country. We think that that's bad. We don't want to try anymore. Nobody wants to try. We want to have everything easy and everything sold that way. Just make this phone call and all your problems will be solved. And
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. And you got to be resilient. You got to be persistent. You got to not let anything get in your way. You got to read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Great book. Great book.
Uh-huh.
Love it. Because I've mentioned that before. It's just
Right.
13 steps to get any goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is. I've been living that philosophy for years, and that's what keeps me going.
Yeah. Well, it has to. I think all of us, no matter how, I think how rich you are or whatever, you still have to fall down every day because new things are happening and we don't know how to do them. And by learning is by falling down and trying it again. And that's what you're doing with Kickstarter. And so that's why you're not a 20-year-old who grew up with a laptop in your hand, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
When I learned about persistence, though, was early on. When I had an incubator as a kid, I was into hatching birds.
Oh, really?
I'm
Wow.
still into that, yeah. And we had a little incubator, it looked like a spaceship,
Right.
that holds 3 eggs. And we tried with that doggone thing about 8 or 9 times, unsuccessfully.
Uh-huh.
But I kept at it, and
That's
eventually we
good.
started getting hatches. So
Really?
it worked.
Wow,
So I-
wonderful. Well, that's
Yeah.
it about. That's why I think if you really want to do something, I mean, that's the key is the passion to do something because you have to go over all those hurdles. And if you
absolutely.
really don't want to do it, you won't go through all the stuff to get there.
Yeah, and a lot of times, when you're an entrepreneur, you have something different. People might look at you like you're out of your mind a lot of
it's
times.
crazy.
I run into that all the time.
You're going to put the
but yet,
sky on my ceiling? How the hell are you going to do that?
yeah, exactly. And then when I explain to them that it's a white paint on a white background, since ceilings are white, it just white on white blends in. It's a pretty simple science.
Yeah, so you
Even though
don't
our
see it.
paints
You
aren't
don't see
white,
it.
they do glow in 5 colors.
When the lights are on, you don't see anything, and then you
see
turn the
it.
lights off, and the sky opens up. It's just like taking the roof out of the house.
Yeah, and then when you turn the light back on, it goes away.
It's gone.
Boom. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so,
But I will say,
your website or mysticalpainting.com, and there's a link to get the posters that goes to positagift.com, which is another crowdfunding site, right? So you found these.
It is.
Yeah. And how do you like this one?
I do. I like it a lot. It's very, very nice. Dana Ostamel is the woman who owns it. It's been in business for 5 years.
Wow.
And very successful. She's really, really good. She's got a bunch of detailed how to do crowdfunding videos on her site. One of them was 2 hours long. Very, very informative. Yeah, and I've got emails from her. I've talked to her a bunch of times, and it's very good. Oh, when I got my money, I got my first 4 deals.
Oh, really? So you got paid already even?
I already got paid. It was like, dude, it took about 24 hours when I cashed out. It was on my debit card within 2 days. Boom.
Wow. So it's depositagift.com. Yeah, because there's so many sites out there, and everyone thinks a Kickstarter, and there's good and bad about everything, and so you really have to explore and find out what's good for you, like you did. You went to Kickstarter, it wasn't successful, so you learn. I mean, how else are you going to learn? Yeah.
Exactly.
Because nobody could tell you.
And what I'm going to do is, when the video is finished, I'm going to go ahead and edit it and put the actual link to the site on the bottom of the video through YouTube, the editing package. So people will see that when the time everything's done on your end, and then we'll have it all set up here for my end.
Right. So the posters, I mean, and for $25 you get one poster. I mean, it's a huge sucker, right?
It's 22 by 28 inches, a standard size large, like
22 by 28. So. And so you mail them out, and they don't have to wait because you have these now, right?
Oh yeah, I've got them now.
So it's not like on Kickstarter you got to wait 6 months. I got something for Christmas last Christmas on Kickstarter, and I didn't even get it this Christmas yet.
Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy. With
me,
it's
a lot of those.
Make them as I get them. So.
Right. Well, that's wonderful. Well, you're a joy to talk with, Chip, and thanks for showing your perseverance and sharing that with the rest of us, because we all need a kick in the butt, man. It's too easy to complain and sit around and do anything. And so you're an inspiration to the rest of us. And we find you at mysticalprinting.com.
No, that's actually mystical painting.
Painting? Why did I call it printing?
You said mystical printing. It's a Freudian slip, dude. It's all good.
It's my foggy head. Mysticalpainting.com. You see your great work. This is all handwork that you do, and that'll link to depositagift.com, and get some for gifts. You have all kind of gifts, and graduation day coming up, and kids, even like graduation from kindergarten or whatever.
Oh yeah, they're good for anybody. They're good for kids. They're good for adults. Anybody who likes to stargaze.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
And I'm in the Washington, D.C. area from time to time because my family lives out there, and I would even be willing, if I got any gigs up there, as far as actual painting gigs on ceilings, I'd go up there and stay at my parents' house and actually do the gigs. I could bring my painting kit.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Chip. Good to talk to you again, and keep on going, because it's great for the rest of us to see what you're doing, and how hard you just come back, man. You're just not going away, are you?
Yeah, I don't let anything stop me. I've had people tell me all my life, stop doing what you're doing. Don't be an entrepreneur. You're unrealistic. You're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. I don't let it even faze me. All I let it do is that's more fuel for the fire to get my goal. And then when I found out about crowdfunding, I was like, cha-ching, this is it. Exactly. Yeah, now I just need people to take me up on it, because the posters are beautiful, and I want to share them with the world, folks. So you guys help me out, I'll help you out. Everybody gets something nice, and it's all good. That's basically what I'm trying to do.
So mysticalpainting.com.
Absolutely.
Okay, take care, Chip.
All right, Matt. Peace. Thanks again. God bless, brother.